Hello everybody, today we're going to be starting with a new project I got in. This came from the shop, got a customer coming in. They want me to paint a Pacific Electric wood interurban coach. This is an 800 series import, probably about the 1960s, 1970s by Suydam Company. I've already partially disassembled it, but I took the pantographs off, got these in check, got to get these wired up. Here's the frame of it. It's an old open frame. Has a nice big 5-pole motor. These Suydam models had a chain drive, I guess you could call that. It was almost like a spring that went around chain, so these trucks are free moving, independent. The only thing I have to modify on this is I need to shim it up just probably a little millimeter or two. The chain does slip onto the drive, so I need to figure that out. Overall, this is going to be a pretty nice project. I have a 10 and an 8 myself personally. Starting to get into some Pacific Electric engines, so I picked some up at the shop for a really good price, and we're going to be getting the project started. But this is going to be my first foray into the world of Pacific Electric paint jobs, so go ahead and give you guys a little synopsis here, kind of give you an idea. This one is going to be number 800 for the name of it. So far I'm not too sure. I think it might be the San Pedro car, or it might be something similar to that. These are very nice engines, very nice little runners. They all are track power. You can run them on DC, or you could do the overhead live catenaries on those. You know, these are the little trolley poles. Usually you just paint them, and you know, that little electricity flow from your top of your catenaries will flow through here, and you wire it up to pick up on that electricity spot. But overall, we're pretty good here. This is kind of just a rough overview. We're going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy. So for the next stage of this project, we're going to be getting an etching on the brass. Here I have an older Pache air eraser kit, and this is a little tool. It's very similar to an airbrush. It has the same triggers. It has a little cup on there. What this does is it keeps a little stream of aluminum oxide that goes in there, and it etches surface. You can use it on glass, you can use it on metal, anything that kind of calls for it. It comes with all this stuff here. It is aluminum oxide, so you do have to exercise a little caution using this, and you can get real sick from that. You get some cancers and stuff like that. After we get the aluminum oxide finished, we've opted to use True Color paint. Since Scale Coat's not really on the market right now, I've opted to use a Santa Fe red, which looks pretty good, very close to what I could probably get as far as a paint sample goes. There's not really a lot of specific PE colors out there, you know, going on the Pacific Electric Historical Society websites and seeing a lot of people's write-ups. They used to use Scale Coat, they mix Scale Coat, Badger. Unfortunately, we can't get Scale Coat anymore. And then for the roof, I've opted to use a Testers, let me get that label there, flat beige, tan. That looks really good for the roof. So the car body itself is going to be red, and then we have beige or tan for the roof, and then the underneath of the frame is going to be a black color, flat black. So I'm going to brush paint the trucks, and then everything else is going to be spray painted. We're going to go ahead and get started on this, and this is the last time we're going to see this model shiny, and that's what we do. We etch the brass to make sure it gets a good finish on there. You know, instead of it being shiny, the paint won't really stick to that. So when you etch it, you put your primers on, put your colors on, and they stick. So this is the last time we see it like this, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Now here we see, not too shiny. It still has a little bit of a shine to it, but it's not too bad. You know, the front looks real nice and dull now. The inside paint, it's going to get a little bit of a wash. Next time you see this is going to be primered. I'm going to scrub off the old paint, a little bit of a paint thinner, get this cleaned up. But people often wonder why brass paint jobs require a little more attention. If you're doing them right, you have to take necessary steps like this. So, until next time. now we have our coat of primer on. This looks pretty good, a little even. I had to do some little fix work right there, a little bit of mess up in the brass, but I cleaned that up and used some paint thinner, scrubbed it with a Q-tip, and got that surface clean. You can hear my compressor going off in the background. This looks very, very good, and I think this is going to be a perfect start for the red paint to adhere to. Primer is finally drying up, and I want to say I'm pretty proud of this one so far. You know, not a lot of blemishes. The brass came out really good. We got a couple spots that we need to touch up on inside. Most of that's going to be brush painted anyway. Not really going to see it from the inside. I got this interior cleaned up with the paint thinner. Got those ready. Yeah, here we are. This is the next step, and then we're going to go ahead and show you guys the red paint going on there. And then once that red paint dries for a day or two, I'm going to come back and get the roofs painted. That little marker right there where the indicators are for the route, those are going to be painted black. I'm going to just hand brush paint those. These little wires around, catenaries and everything are going to be black, you know, as previously discussed. Yeah, here's the next step, and we're going to get started. Here we are now, got our coat of red paint on. Looks pretty good, I think. Came out very nice. Application was perfect. True color paint, I really like. It has a good spray on it. See that little blemish right there? It's something wrong in the brass. I tried cleaning it up, but I'm not sure if it's molding mark or if it's anything else. This one looks good. I got a couple coats left on there. I think I'm going to do some touch-up work with the little brush and kind of get in between the window cavities. And notice there's a little bit of primer in there. Airbrush doesn't get everything. You have to kind of be a little more thorough with it. The finish is perfect. I want to say that's probably one of the cleanest finishes I've gotten on the true color paints. Looks really good. Sorry for the poor quality if you can't really tell, but we're going to go ahead and show it off like that, kind of get you a better view of it. This one's coming along good. We're going to go ahead and let this dry a day or two, and we'll be back with the primer, or not the primer, but the brown paint for the roof, only the primer on the top here. A little bit of overspray if you can tell, but the masking tape is going to go over this side here. We need the paint to dry. If it dries a little faster, I might be able to rush it and do it tonight, but I'm not too sure. Very happy with this one. This is going to look very nice when it's done. Everybody, it is currently 7:30, night before it goes back to the new owner, and this is our end result here. If you noticed a significant increase in quality in my video, I decided to go ahead and make the plunge to buy a new phone. So I have a lot more better quality videos coming up. You can finally see every detail. You don't have to worry about the camera shaking and jittering in spots that it didn't need to, but we're going to go back to talking about the model. So we got in contact with the owner, and since he decided to leave it as more a Los Angeles runner, he wanted the number to be 800, the original 800 series or 8 series Pacific Electric car. I reassembled everything just a little bit ago, got it finished up today. He opted to go on the Los Angeles name route for this, and I have to say, kind of a good call, since it's going to be a point-to-point runner, not necessarily something that's going to be on a layout. But here we go. Trucks and everything were painted and reassembled this morning. Got the catenaries painted on that body right there. Go ahead and focus in on there. Yeah, we can see the level of detail with this camera is absolutely insane. Yeah, you can even see the little fingerprint smudge. I gotta clean that up. But, you know, and overall, I'm very happy with this build. You know, the owner's gonna love it. I love it. I got some more myself that I'm gonna need to start painting on my own. Go ahead and take it off the base. You guys can kind of see the underneath and the underframe. Gear train right there. And funny enough, the owner put new HON3 couplers on it, which I assume would probably be more scale and accurate. Correct. Sorry, I'm a little one-handed here. Can't really tell. Some blemishes here and there, but for a pretty solid first time paint job on a Pacific Electric trolley, I have to say that came out pretty darn good. And yes, these do move upwards. Go ahead and hit the other one. They spring up. They do have springs in them. They have been painted and clear coated, so they are finished. Presents a pretty nice looking model overall, and we're gonna go ahead and leave this on a good note. I will get you some video of it running, and I just want to say, everybody, like always, thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every single one of your guys' support. Till next time, bye-bye.